Okay, let's start the class, guys. And okay, so I want to tell you one thing here. I will provide you the one link at the end of the class so that you can register, all of you can register there. And I can have all your email IDs and phone numbers. And I will start a group, means our WhatsApp group also, so that it is easy to share any information and everything. So I will discuss those details at the end of the class. So let's jump into the class, guys. What we discussed so far: object-oriented programming. So object-oriented programming is nothing but our principles. What is the first one? Encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So we discussed about the polymorphism. What is polymorphism here, sir? Polymorphism means one method, multiple implementations, overriding concept. So we can have this one in our Angular framework, means in our TypeScript, sir. Next one, abstraction. What is the one we have, sir? Abstraction. Tell me about the abstraction, guys. You already know, that's why I'm asking this question. If you don't know this one, just wait for a few minutes so that I can give you the proper thing. Yeah. Guys, my voice is audible? Yeah, thank you. So I'm asking a question. What is abstraction and what you know about abstraction? Very good, Venkatesh. Hiding the details. Okay. This is the most of the time showing necessary feature and hiding the unnecessary details. These are the details, guys. Again, I'm telling, in the interview, I had always one line answer. What is the one? Hiding the details. This is a blunder. This is a blunder. Means most of the time we learn this one from the textbooks and we never see the code about the abstraction in the real time. That is why we see these kind of things. Abstraction. Very simple, and I will tell you the things and understand. So right now, observe, very simple one, creating the method for the future implementations. Creating the method for the future implementation is called as abstraction. Very simple, sir. There is no rocket science in this one. Sir, can you explain with example? Yes, very simple. Observe, validation. I have validator and I have validate method. So verification of details, user details is called as validation. I have one method. What is the method, sir? Validate. So right now here in my application, I have required verification logic. And in the same way, min length verification logic. Tell me, guys. So likewise, so many if blocks we need to write up now. So many if blocks we need to write. If the required, if the min length, if the max length, if it is a pattern, email validation, and unique validation. Likewise, I need to write. This is not the right way to write the code. This is not the right way to write the code. That is why we are writing a special way of doing this one. See this code, sir. So this is my dummy method. Now observe class. What is the class name, sir? Required. required, extends. Observe. What is the method, sir? Extends. What is the one? Validator. In this one, I'm going to write a special method. What is the method, sir? Validate. Now observe this specially designed class for only one purpose, sir. Providing what logic? Required validation logic. In the same way, observe, I can write min length validation. I can write min length validation and max length validation, pattern validation, or any number of validation. Now tell me, only we are modifying the validate method, or only one validation is possible, or many validations, sir? Many validation. Suppose in the future, I want to work with the pattern validation. What is the code I need to write, sir? I want to work with the pattern validation. What is the code I need to write, sir? Create a class, and in the class pattern extends validator and provide the validate logic. Provide the validate logic. And in the same way, in this way, observe, we can work with the validation. But observe, by seeing this logic, can you tell what is validate method is doing? Highlighted part. By seeing this logic, can you tell what is the validate method is doing? Yes, sir. By seeing the logic, I can tell this is this method is doing what validation, sir? Required validation. This method is doing what validation? Required validation. Now observe. What about this method, sir? This method is doing what validation? Min length validation. In the same way, this method is doing for what validation, sir? Max length validation. Now I am asking the question. What about this method, sir? Can you tell what is this method is doing? Can you tell what is this method is doing? Yes or no? Guys, if you know yes, tell me yes. If you think it is no, tell me no. Yes or no? Can you tell what is the validate method is doing? So this method is designed for what purpose, sir? For the validator class or for the child class? This method is designed for what classes, sir? For the validator class or for the child classes? For the child classes. This is nothing but we call it as what? Abstraction. This is nothing but we call it as what, sir? Abstraction means creating the method for what, sir? Child future implementation. Creating the method for what, sir? Creating the logic for future implementation, means for child class implementation. Now tell me, this one specially designed method which is used by its class or its child classes, sir? Its child classes. Now tell me, it is successfully hiding all the internal implementations or no? It represents all the implementations. That is what we call it as what? Abstraction in the programming. This is what we call it as what, sir? Abstraction in the programming. Most of the time you are going to see hiding the details. That is a confusion you are having in your mind. Now observe, as a programmer, I don't see the child classes. I am seeing only this class, sir. Tell me, is it providing any details about the logic, sir? Except the method names and class names? No, that is what abstraction. So creating the logic for child class implementation. Creating the logic for whom, sir? Child class implementation. Now tell me, this concept is called as what, sir? Abstraction. Nagendra and Rakesh Reddy, don't bother. I already recorded this session, so don't bother about that. So happily continue in the class, and at the end of the class, I will give you the link, and you can see in the YouTube whatever the missing points here. Okay, I hope you understand the point. Thank you. So now continue the class, sir. What is abstraction? What is abstraction we have? Abstraction is nothing but validation. Abstraction is nothing but what, sir? Hiding the details. Abstraction is nothing but what, sir? Hiding the details. So hiding the details is a general term, sir. Don't use the term. What is the one we need to do? Creating the logic. For whom, sir? Child class. So I have a common logic. I will write this logic here, and this logic can be used by whom, sir? Child classes. Right? Sometimes we design a method for child class implementation. So this method is also called as what's a abstract method. So this is the way we can work with this one, sir. Now, this is about object-oriented programming. So guys, as a programmer, we need to have the basics of this one, sir. Now, object-oriented programming related basics are completed. So all of you practice whatever the examples I provide to you. Now, I want to show you one thing, the Angular development environment setup. Development environment setup. Angular development environment setup. Sir, what is the first step we need to do? First step, we need to install Node.js environment. If you don't have it, just install what environment, sir? Node.js environment. Next step, install the Angular CLI. Install the Angular CLI. Third point will be install the VS Code and its extensions. Install the VS Code and its extensions. So what is environment will be there? Node.js environment will be there, and install the CLI and install the VS Code and its extensions. The first one, what we need to do, sir? Install the Node.js environment. There is no rocket science here. Very simple. www.nodejs.org/en/download. So this is what you need to do. What is the first step, sir? Download the Node.js file. So you already know this point. So that is why this is the way. What is the first one, sir? Download the Node.js file from this environment. What is the first one, sir? MSI. Go with the MSI 32-bit or 64-bit. Now you can download and install the things. Once you install the one, we need to use the CLI. We need to use the Angular CLI. So this is nothing but installing the Angular command line interface. Sir, how to do this one? Very simple. Observe here, sir. We need to open the command prompt. Open the command prompt. Second point, observe. I will do for you CMD. Sir, I open the command prompt. What is the next command, sir? Very simple. npm. Observe. Install -g @angular/CLI. So I will explain the processor. Observe what is first one, npm. npm means Node Package Manager. What is npm, sir? Node Package Manager. So can you tell me about the npm? So right now I want to install Angular CLI libraries. I want to install what's a Angular CLI libraries. That is why I am executing what is the command npm means node library manager or node jar manager or node DLL manager, whatever the one you can think it of. But we need to spell it as npm means node package manager. What is the next one? Install. Right now I want to install the new library at the global level so that it will be available for the all Angular projects. So all the entire system. That is why -g and what is the answer at the rate Angular CLI at the rate Angular slash CLI. Just observe. Next, automatically from the internet it will download the Angular CLI, latest CLI, and it will be installed into your machine. It will be installed into your machine. So what is the answer? When you are doing this one, you should have the internet. When you are doing this one, you should have the internet, guys. So let us wait for a few more minutes. Okay. After successful installation, you are going to get this thing, sir. How many packages are added and what is the latest Angular version. You can see all this thing. Again, I'm telling all the warnings are totally fine. Again, I'm telling all the warnings are totally fine. Is there any ext to download? Venkatesh, it is not possible. Venkatesh, again, I'm telling it is not possible. It is always we need to download in this way. So I'm able to download. I'm able to download. So now the CLI is completed. So execute the command. What is the command, sir? Very simple command. npm space install space -g at the rate Angular slash CLI. Angular dev setup. Now we have the Angular CLI is available. Next big thing is install the VS Code. So VS Code means the editor I am using for the development, means Visual Studio Code Editor. So very simple, www.code.visualstudio.com/download. Visual Studio Editor we have. Really? Maybe typo is there. Let me see. code.visualstudio.com/download. That's it. Okay. Right now we have the installer. Go with the system installer, either 64-bit version or 32-bit version. So install the VS Code if it is not installed already. So if you have already installed, it's going to be open like this. Yeah. Once you install, you can see the one in the Visual Studio Code. So observe this kind of icon will be there on the UI. So it's going to be display like this. Now we need to add a few extensions. Add the following extensions. Add the following extensions for uh, improving the productivity of the developers. Very simple extensions are they. So let me explain what are the extensions we need to install. What are the extensions we need to install? So let me show you. We need to install this one. So observe, the first one will be this one, Angular 10 snippets. The first one you need to install is Angular 10 snippets. And the author name is yeah, this is the guy. Sir, why I need to install this extension? What is the need? Very simple. See, go to this place, extensions, and simply type Angular 10 extensions. So when you do this one, when you are installing this one, you should have the internet. You should have the internet. So guys, see here, how many times this extension is downloaded? You can see 15 lakhs times. How many times this extension is downloaded? 15 lakhs times. So now I am asking the question. This is a very, very popular extension. Why it is popular? What makes it is go after for everyone? So let me show you this. Observe. You no need to write the code, sir. Simply type ng-fun. Observe. God. See. See. So guys, are you writing the code or you are generating the code? We are generating the code. That is the very, very important one. See, everything is automatically generated, sir. That is the beauty of Angular. This extension, sir, I want to write a show, ng show. See, and I want to work with the model. See, that is why every programmer in their Visual Studio Code, we need to install what extension, sir? Angular 10 snippets. This is a very, very important extension, everyone. Now tell me, do we need to remember the syntax or automatically it can be generated, sir? Automatically it can be generated in the application. That is why in all companies, most of the time we use what, sir? We can create all these things. We can create all this one. So this is the first one. What is the first one we need to install? Angular 10 snippets. The next one will be auto import. This will also will solve the most of the problems. Stiots. So let me show it to you. Auto import. Yeah. What is the answer? Auto import. Sir, what is the importance of this extension? It will also solve your basic imports related one. See, in Angular, we need to write the import code. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to explain some of these things. Don't bother about that. See how beautiful it is. S1 colon service one. We no need to write a single line of code. Automatically, it will call the import. The first line, it is added. How it is added, sir? By using this extension. By using this extension. So I will suggest you to install this extension also. The next one is, these are Angular related one. The last one will be Bootstrap related things. So some of you are thinking that all are foreigners. Do we have any? Yes, this is the guy we use in the Bootstrap related things. So we can easily generate the UI based on your need. So very simple. I'm writing, what is the answer? Bootstrap 4. So you can see this is the guy. Bootstrap 4, font awesome, and author name is Ashok Koi. Already I installed, that is why you are not seeing any green button. But if you don't install, you can see the green button. If you click on this one, automatically it will be installed in your system. Sir, what is advantage of this one? Very big advantage is there, sir. Let me show you. Observe the shortcut before hyphen C alert. All the by default class names automatically we are going to get. Observe form hyphen input. See, all the, you don't need to remember the Bootstrap related syntax, sir. You can generate it out. So I want to create a checkbox. Checkbox. See, automatically styling related one. Observe the beauty here. Navbar hyphen default. See, for writing the code itself, it will take at least 10 minutes time, sir. This kind of code. So do you think it is easy to write the code or easy to generate the code? Generating the code is very important, and it improves the productivity of the developer. That is why I am asking everyone to install all this extension in your Visual Studio. So again, I'm telling, when you are installing, you should have the internet connection so that it will be downloaded and it will be installed into your Visual Studio. It will be installed into your Visual Studio. So guys, now I guess you understand the process. So this is the way we can do. Nobody, Venkatesh, always I will suggest to use Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. It is a separate editor is there. Separate editor is there, and it is free. It is free to use. It is only for developing the UI applications, the UI code. Okay, use it out. Now, forms. So this is your Angular 47 batch, guys. Angular 47 batch. So I'm asking everyone to fill right now. so that I can have all your names. I'm asking everyone to fill right now, guys, please.